This is Fashion, Arts and Media. Today with me is a guest who, believe it or not, comes from originally from my country. So this is quite exciting to have him here. I'm going to allow him to tell you everything about himself because he's actually too special, too important. Welcome. Please tell us your name and tell us where you come from. Introduce yourself to us, please.
Thank you, my sister, Lydia. I love your introduction, and I believe everyone is really important and everyone is really special. Yeah,
right, that's right.
And thank you very much for having me here today. My name is Joseph Karanja, and I go for the name Karanja Afreekahn. So this is the name I usually use for like my campaign that I'm conducting. Actually, I'm going to just change the name on the screen right now.
Right.
Yes. I'm from Kenya. I'm born in Kenya. I usually say I'm from the universe, but received in Kenya. That's
right.
When people ask, like, where are you from? I'm like, I mean, everyone is from somewhere. Yeah, everyone was born somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But where do we come from? We just come from the universe, It's only that we have to be received somewhere. Everyone has to be received somewhere. We cannot just come from the same place, all of us. So yes, I was received in Kenya, and I come from the universe.
Oh, that's a good one. Wow. I love the universe so much, but I've actually never said that I come from the universe. It sounds so good. So where are you at right now?
At the moment, I'm in Germany.
At the moment, you are in Germany.
Yes.
So please tell us a bit about what you do. If you can start with the drumming, because that's the most exciting. Everything about you is exciting, but tell us about drums mainly.
Actually, thank you. So at the moment, I have this campaign called the United Drums of Africa. It's a campaign like to call people to unite and to drum at the same time. Like there's this alarm, like we set the alarm at 12 p.m. and when it rings, like we drum, like it's like it's a tradition that we're building up of unity. Like wherever you are, when it's like 12 p.m., like 12 and 12 minutes, you can drum,
yes.
And then this vibration is like bringing people together, consciousness, like we're bringing our consciousness together, are doing the same thing at the same time and focusing on unity and love. So this is what you see me campaigning about, the United Drums of Africa. Africa is well known of drums, for drums, and I'm trying to use this like a way to unite people and to bring people together, not because of, like uniting against something, but just uniting around something, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like we are uniting and we are using what we do and what we love doing, and we are doing it for unity.
Right. Yes. Sounds good. So can you tell us more about what you said? We. Who is we?
Nice question. Actually, when you say we, or when I say we, I mean everybody, And I have this concept, I believe everyone or everything is one. Actually, there's not other people. There's always, I believe that everything that we see and experience, or everyone and everything is one, just one, because everything is energy. From my perspective, everything is energy, just manifesting in different frequencies. So you can see like there's difference, there's you, there's me, there's another person, there's, but in the real sense, it's just one thing in different frequencies.
Yes.
And it's so amazing. So I try to campaign and, call the awareness to this, like people stop seeing that it's me and them and you and there, and just start seeing like it's us, it's just one thing.
Right.
And when you start seeing life like this, you realize that you will not do anything bad to another person, because you will be doing it for you, to you. You will be seeing it like,
Yes,
if I do this to this person, I'm just doing it to me.
that's
Like
right.
there was this phrase or like teaching when we grew up in my village, and we were always told, whatever you do it to yourself.
Comes,
When you
yes,
do good, you are doing it to yourself. When you do bad, you are doing it to yourself. And I couldn't I never understood what they were trying to say. I mean, it was like in simple terms, like whatever you do, you're doing to yourself. But today I see it from a very clear, point. I see like, yes, whatever these people used to say and where this came from in the tradition in my village, and it's really widespread. I've heard it from so many cultures. And the thing with such traditions is that they are carried forward generation after
yes,
generation. So actually it started somewhere. And this means the people who are here before, they had the knowledge of the universe or the all, or, they knew it from the
yes,
beginning, that what you are doing is not that you are doing it to other people, you are doing
but
it
to
to
yourself.
yourself. So when I say we, it's only that this is how we are understanding how we speak, but in the real sense is one thing, is one person. Everyone
Right,
is just one. It's only that we are
right,
in different frequencies, and it's amazing.
right. That's actually quite confusing. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
So I know that last year, 2020, your life changed somehow. Is this when you started the 12-12, or did you start the 12-12 before?
Yeah, it started last year, actually. This was after Black Lives Matter campaign, after the George Floyd's death.
Yes.
I was really devastated, and I was really seeking inside me, because I realized there's a problem in life which has been there among humanity.
Yes.
And we have really, people have really tried to tackle it from different perspectives, with different campaigns and demonstrations and all this stuff. So I was like one day sitting, and I was really like wondering, how can we solve this? Because it seemed to me like a puzzle that is really confusing, like it's really complicated. So it's like, how can this end? It was really painful to watch a police kneeling on somebody, and someone is begging for life, and someone is like begging to breathe. Like, I cannot breathe, and
yes,
the other person did not seem like to care or to feel him. And this was really painful. And then the demonstrations started all over the world, and I was wondering, is this going to bring to an end such behaviors? Yeah, because we have been having these demonstrations since a long time ago, since the times of Marcus Garvey and people like Martin Luther. And I was like, what can we do now? And at this moment is when I saw a vision using a number. I was like, because I realized, or the thing that was like happening to my spirit or to my mind was like, Africans or the Black people who are out there crying and experiencing all these things, even if they demonstrate or they cry, this is not going to bring to an end this suffering or this mistreatment unless they are like unite, like unless they are having some respect of the background. Like Europeans, you don't see people messing with Europeans in the world. Why? Because even if this European person is in Africa, or they are in the, in Caribbean or in Asia, where they are coming from, this is an individual, but behind this individual, there's some backup. So you don't mess with this person because of the backup behind him or her. That is where he's coming from. So, and this concept was coming to my mind, that why is it that the Africans and or the Black people in America are not being respected, or they have to, like, there's that thing, you know what I'm saying, you understand, yeah? And I realized that there's no backup behind this person.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You are just an individual, yes. So what is a backup behind you? There's no backup behind you, And at this moment, that's why I was like, these people, they just have to unite. And if
Mm-hmm.
they unite and make a very strong backup, and then they emancipate themselves economically and socially, then everyone is going to respect them, because
That's right.
Because of the backup. And at this moment is when I saw the number 12, and it was like, this is the solution. That was this vision. This number came to my mind, like number 12, and I was like, 12. So what about 12? What is it? What am I being told here?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a deep state of meditation. Actually, it was not meditation. It was like just I was just seeking from within and wondered. Then this number came. So, and at this moment, when I saw this number in my head or in my imagination, I saw some doves, and they were just flying. And when I counted them, they were 12.
Wow.
Something came to me and I was like, just count them. And I counted them and they were 12. And I was like, okay, is this like a message from
Yes.
the universe? Is God telling me something, like,
Mm-hmm.
and confirming it,
Mm-hmm.
12 came to my mind, and I saw doves and I counted them and they were 12. I was like, okay, so this is a message. And then I went further asking, so what about it? Now I get it. So what about it now? And then another idea came, like, let people, like, wherever they are, like, let Africans be in groups of 12 people. Let
Mm-hmm.
them create, like, some economical galaxies, like, let them have, unite around the things they can do, like business or skills or stuff like this, and let them, support each other. And this is where now the culture of Ubuntu comes in.
Right.
Yeah, where the Ubuntu says, like, I am because we are. So in this moment, when I was thinking, when this information was being loaded to my brain, I saw Ubuntu, and then it was like a voice, or, like, I don't know how to say it, because this information was, like, so clear, like it's being, installed in me. Like, let these people, like, have groups of 12s and let them practice Ubuntu. Let them own each other's initiatives. Let them support each other. Like, for example, what you do, have your friends who are like 12 people around it. Let them own your initiative, own their initiatives, support them how you can support yourself. Let them support you how they can support themselves. And this was the formula to use to emancipate the Africans or the Black community who are crying out for help. So this would be the formula to use to create a backup for themselves, so that this one now will command dignity and respect. They will not have to beg for it or ask for it, but this one will just command it, because of the backup.
Right. Wow, that really sounds very, how can I say, I don't have the word, very deep, very spiritual. Yes. So in a way, you had a prophecy come true. I don't know if I'm saying this the right way, but that doesn't sound like something that just happens. The universe actually is using you to prophesy or to say something to the world, because we know that unity is very important. But now when you say that, really, and the fact that you can just think about a number and see something, I'm very spiritual myself. Actually, very, very spiritual, I think. So when you say that to me, I think that something is coming real, because if people can join together and come, and help each other, which we don't get in our community, do we? Then we can do big things.
Of course. And you realize that everyone says like unity is strength, like unity is power, you know, but it's unfortunate that we don't do it. Like we say it, but it's not practical. It's just, it remains in theory. And at this moment, when this number came, it was coming to bring the theory into practice using like a certain formula. And actually from this time onwards, I used to say, it started, I just call it the Formula 12.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can see some hashtags. I just write like the Formula 12 is working, because
Right.
when I started speaking about it, the reception was amazing. Like people were really amazed, you know.
Uh-huh.
The information, it was amazing. It is always amazing to people, like how it was amazing to me when I felt when I received it.
Right.
Yeah, and this is why there's this hashtag of the Formula 12 is working.
Right. Can I just read something here?
Okay.
1212 is also an angel number.
Okay.
1212 symbolizes your spiritual awakening in life and a great sign that you are on your way towards your lack for so many things. So it's really was your spiritual awakening. I don't know if you were spiritual before, because I'm getting this from Google.
Wow.
Yeah.
And actually,
Uh-huh.
sorry, what is so amazing is that at this moment when this vision came, I like grabbed my laptop. I wanted to start writing this right away in these Pan-African groups and forums and everything. When I grabbed it, the time at the screen was 12 p.m.
You see?
Yes, this was the time. It was crazy.
And that's what it says in Google. You didn't write this. This has been there forever. 1212 is spiritual awakening. So you've actually, you are awake. Most of us want to be awake, we don't. So you should really embrace that. Now you were saying that you have shared this with other groups. How are people finding what you tell them?
Actually, it's amazing, because the number 12 has its own history. And if you look deeper with number 12, like there's so many things that synchronizes with number 12. Like we know the story of Jesus, and Jesus had 12 disciples. We know the story of Israel, and Israel, Jacob had 12 sons, and who are like the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yes.
And we know the significance of number 12, like, or like it is like a code. And I started digging deeper and trying to seek and trying to analyze what is number 12, what does it mean, and what is, you know, and then you realize that like even like basic things, like for example, a day has 12 hours and a night has 12 hours. And you're like, oh my God, what is number 12?
January to December are 12.
Look at that also. You see, even a year has 12 months. And you're like, okay, so there's something, this number is not just another number.
Everything is connected.
And
to
actually, I even came to realize that you can count 12 with your hand. Like, for example, when you look at your hand, you can use your thumb to count, and then you can point. You can point the partitions on your finger. Can you just count that? Like 1, 2, 3. Like, can you count that?
Yes.
How many are there? Yes, just count everything on this. These are.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
12. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. I mean, I started like so much information from this time. I started like searching, and I was like, oh, it's just amazing. So when you tell people about the Formula 12, they're like, what are you trying to say? Like, are you coming from a Christian point of view? Are you trying to be Jesus? Are you trying to, like, you know, bring religious? And I'm like, no. This number just came to my mind when I was seeking about how can we solve this mystery of people, you know, being rough to each other, yet we are living in the same planet. and this number came like, this is the solution, like use this number to solve, you know, this thing. And, you know, so, and then it continues, and you explain, and then everything is becoming so clear. And you're like, oh my God. So the reception, people in the first place are always like, huh, what are you trying to say? And then they listen, and then they realize, okay. And then at the end of the day, you even wonder, is it that everything, the Formula 12 is the concept of creation? Is it the concept of creation? Because it creates also the infinity loop.
Yes,
you know?
of course.
Because
yes.
on this side you have 12, and on this side you have 12. When you have this is like infinity loop, like it continues forever. Day,
Yes.
night, day, night, day, night. That, I mean, so it's amazing. And when
That's
people,
right.
when people get this information, they are amazed.
Wow, amazing. This is really great, you know? So do you have many people who are actually following the drums part of beating the drums when it comes to 12 p.m., 12:12?
Yes, what is many? Of course, people get the information, and people will react in different ways. But at the moment, there are people who have had it, and they have understood the concept, and because actually when this information came, another idea was like, set an alarm to always remind you this.
At 12:12.
Yeah, set it at 12:12 and ask people to set it, like, for solidarity. So
Right.
this is what I ask people, like, whenever I explain this, and then, because this came after, this time was a great moment, because information was coming just this after this, after, like, sister,
Right.
do this, do this, do this, do this. So the last calling was like, set an alarm to remember this, you know, and ask people to set it in solidarity. Whenever it rings, let people, like, just say, I am because we are, you know. Let people bring, this is Ubuntu.
Right.
It says, I am because
we are. So at 12:12, that's what you say. You don't beat drums.
The Drums of Unity is an initiative that is being born from this.
Oh, wow. I thought that at 12, you just go on and beat your table 12 times or something like that.
Okay, not yet. You know, maybe it's going to develop to that direction. But at the moment, the thing that is really happening, or what I do and what many people are doing, is that you just take your phone and you set your alarm on 12:12.
I'm going to do that now.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much for that. So what happens is that at this moment, when you're in your day-to-day life and everyday schedule, and then you're not like remembering, but then it reminds you, it calls you like, hello. And then at this moment, your brain or your consciousness is directed towards this feeling of unity, of togetherness.
Yes.
And you are not alone, you know. And there's something that happens when people focus.
That's it, saved.
Oh, thank you, my sister. Thank you.
Not a problem. I'll do that.
That's the spirit of Ubuntu, you know?
Yes, definitely.
And it doesn't matter the different time locations, time zones, because you realize maybe somebody, when it's 12 p.m. at your place, it's not the same for me. It's not, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's a concept called entrainment. Entrainment is that when you start doing things at different times, but as times goes by, you all synchronize and you all come together. I was trying to research and all this stuff, and I have really gotten to know so many things since this day. And I was watching some YouTube video explaining the fire insect. Do you know the fire insect?
Yes.
Blinking
firefly.
Yes, this firefly. And the video was explaining that these flies, they usually just start at different times to blink. Every fly is doing it at its own time. But as time goes by, you find that all of them start blinking at the same time.
Same time, yes.
But in the beginning, everyone started differently. And the same concept is coming to this alarm. You set it at your local time, 12 p.m., and I set it at my local time. And another person said, but as life goes on, later in life, you find that everything will come to be happening at the same time.
Same time.
And with this, we are going to, collect, it's called collective consciousness, like so many people focusing on the same thing.
Yes.
You can imagine what can happen to the universe, having like the whole world focusing on unity and saying like, I am because we are.
We are, yes.
You can imagine what that can do to the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, the heaven can just come down,
Absolutely.
Yes.
The universe is so strong in that the universe is our mother, really.
We are the universe. The universe is us. The universe. It's amazing.
Though we are in different frequencies, but we are still the universe.
Yes.
Amazing. So this Ubuntu is only and only for the Black community.
So that's how it came to being. Everything starts somewhere and somehow.
Yes.
You see, today people wear clothes all over the world.
Yes.
But it started somewhere and it continued, So it may be starting today for the Black people.
Yes.
But this means it will not just stop there.
Yes.
That's how it is starting, but it continues, It's like maybe like you can say also like a river. A river maybe starts somewhere and continues and goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yes, that's right.
So at the moment it is starting, yes, at the Black community, because it started after George Floyd death, and the solution towards this cannot just be achieved by leaving the other people out, because everyone is involved.
Yes.
I mean, if one is suffering, everyone is suffering.
That's right.
There's nothing like you are happy and I'm not happy. If one is suffering, everyone is suffering.
Right.
So when this is happening to the Black community, like it is happening to everyone else in the world. And if something is to be solved, it's going to be solved by involving everyone.
Right.
Because we are all involved in everything.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we are just one.
Right.
So
exactly.
So your question is it just for the Black people or the Africans? It is starting there. That's why it is starting.
Yes.
And everything has to start somewhere and somehow.
Yes.
So we cannot be surprised when later the whole world will be doing this.
Yes.
And that will be the ultimate success.
Yes.
Yes.
So a lot of things have been happening lately. People are saying because of actually, especially with the vaccines, I'm just digressing from our topics, but people, especially religious people in Africa, are saying this is the beginning of the end of the world is coming. What do you think about that?
Wow.
It's quite hot.
Yes, yeah, it's summer,
Yes.
Summer here. So the topic of the end and the beginning of the end. From my perspective, what I think about the end, what I would say is that as it was in the beginning, so shall it be at the end.
Yes, it says this even in the Bible. Yes.
Yes, and that is a loop. That is like a loop. And
of course,
now I'm usually seeing everything from the perspective of through the lenses of 12-12, like 12, 12, 12, 12.
Yes.
12, like like the day, the night, the day, the night. Like The beginning,
Yes.
the end. Like how it was in the beginning, so shall it be at the end. So how was it in the beginning?
God made the world.
We have, yes, we have different perspectives, and we have different teachings and theories and philosophies trying to explain this. But what I say, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be at the end.
Mhm.
So in the beginning, maybe we were not here.
Yes, of course. We were
So
not
at the
here.
end, so at the end, we are not going to be here.
Ah, right. Okay.
So as it was in the beginning, so shall it be at the end. And it is just a loop, and it is amazing. It is just amazing. And maybe using this formula, it is starting to get to the end, you know? So what
Right.
happens? What happens when we get united? What happens when everything is like in harmony? When everything and everyone gets in harmony? What
Mhm.
next? What next? Maybe that's the end,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Because you just become one. Then what?
Absolutely.
Then
Yes. Yes.
maybe end.
Wow.
And the puzzle is solved.
Absolutely. I understand. Now, here is a tricky one. Everybody, especially these days, we were talking about the alternative universe. I know that you are really into the universe and learning and knowing about it and respecting it. Do you think that there is alternative universes?
Alternative.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say alternative, you mean like there's this here and there's another one here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I would say, I wouldn't say alternative,
Mm-hmm.
because even if you are Lydia and you are there alone and I am here, you are not alternative. You are you and I'm me, and we are just one at the end of the day. So even if there's a universe here, there's a universe here, at the end of the day, everything is one.
Everything is connected, yes.
Everything is connected. No matter where you are in, you think you are in this or you are seeing it from another perspective,
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's just one.
Mm-hmm.
You just maybe have to go very far and see it as one from a different perspective.
Yes.
So if people say there's an alternative universe,
mm-hmm.
well, that's maybe how the language they are trying to use to just speak. But
Right.
I would say whatever is there together with everything that is also there. So it is not like an alternative. It's just maybe the same thing, so wide or so big, and you can think it's different because maybe you have your own way of seeing, like from this angle or from this angle. But at the end of the day, everything is one. So I wouldn't say alternative.
Okay, fair enough. So if you can kindly tell us all the other things that maybe we've not touched today about yourself, please.
So that question means about myself, the things we have not talked about. So I don't know, like which direction, education.
How did you become spiritual, first of all?
Well,
before last year, I'm sure you were spiritual.
Yes. So my life, since I was a child, my life was always a journey that was always really amazing. As a child, I had this feeling all the time of the spirituality, although I could not understand the terms to use to define it.
Yes.
So maybe today I can say spirituality, because I have learned this word along my life journey. But when I was younger, I didn't know this word, and I didn't know how to define the experience I was feeling. But what I can say, my spiritual journey, like my life has been a spiritual journey all the way from, all the way.
Yes.
I always felt something that I couldn't explain.
Right.
And I was just observing, and experiencing, and just I couldn't put it in words, or I couldn't even understand it. But this was a life that I was like, just, you know, experiencing it. And for me, although at this time I couldn't say I'm spiritual because I didn't know these words.
Yes.
Today we are using them because we have learned them in our life journey. But I would say the spiritual journey has been the journey maybe of everything or of everyone. Because, I mean, you can start saying, yes, I realized last year I can call it spiritual. Yes, now you can put a name on it. Yes. Because you know this name, now you have learned it, because you have known how it you know, but earlier, even if you didn't know how to explain it, you couldn't put a name on it, it was still there. You don't say that it wasn't there just because you couldn't define it.
It was still there.
It was still there. Yes. So the journey, like the whole thing has been a spiritual experience.
Right. Thank you so much. So if anyone wants to get in touch with you, where can they find you? If you can tell us your social media presence, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, my sister. I'm going with this name, Karanja Afreekahn. So if you look at this name is Afreekahn, you know, it's like being free, or like being free, not being entangled or tied with.
Yes, free.
Yeah, like free. Yeah, that's where this name is coming from.
Right.
So if you look at this name, this is what I'm trying to use this name across all my social media platforms.
Right.
And the hashtag, the Formula 12 is working, is going to bring out all my posts, like not all, but most of them, about the campaign of unity. It may be more focused on more talking about the African people or the Black people. But at the end of the day, you realize everything has to start somewhere.
Yes.
And it will be so amazing if Africans or the Black people are able to do this, and they're able to, and this thing continues to the rest of the world, and everyone is, you know.
Yes.
Because even if the Africans or the Black people are complaining, they are complaining, what they are experiencing is coming from the other people. And so to solve it, they have to involve also the other people, you know?
Yes.
And everyone is suffering.
Yes.
If one is suffering, everyone else is suffering. So if you wanna look me up, this name will show you my different social media posts and platforms. Yeah, and that hashtag, the Formula 12, is working.
Amazing. Well, viewers, you know where to find Karanja Afreekahn. Yes, is that right?
Yes.
And then set your phones to 1212.
Oh yeah.
That will be nice. So we're going to stop here today. It's been wonderful talking to you. And I hope that we can continue with this topic again, because once alone is not enough. So we need to talk a bit more, and maybe so many people can hear about this and join the 1212 formula. It's been wonderful talking to you today.
Thank you very much, my sister, for this opportunity. And it's amazing. It's really amazing. And I'm just happy. It's a bliss.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Really appreciated. Okay, bye for now, and we'll see you here again another time.
I see you next time, and we are always together. Remember, always remember, everything is connected, yeah?
Everything is connected. We are always together. And you're going to give me your link so that I can add them here for, you know, for the viewers to get to just click on a link and get to you.
Okay, yes, that makes it easier. Yes, thank you.
Asante, thank you.
So I am because we are.
I am because we are.
Bye, my sister. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.